barcode and immediately transact in Bitcoin, the cost is about a penny or less, you know, as opposed to paying 3 or 4% for MasterCard.
Yeah, what percent of Bitcoin transactions are that versus trades?
Oh, it's trivial right now because we're just getting going.
Yes, and it's been 16 or 17 years, and it's still trivial.
Well, but it takes time. It takes time for the medium of exchange piece of it to come in.
It's never going to be a medium. In fact, even the Bitcoin community admits it'll never be a medium of exchange.
That's not true.
There are other tokens for that. They claim it's digital gold.
It is digital gold. That is not true at all. It will become a medium of exchange.
When?
In the next couple of decades.
When will gold become a medium of exchange?
Well, it's already been a medium of exchange.
It has been, but when will it become that way again?
I don't know. It could be, but it could be used as a medium of exchange right now. Better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is too slow and too expensive to use for anything other than trading.
Better than Bitcoin. I can send $1 billion from one end of the world to the other in 10 minutes and have it fully verified.
Yeah, and I can send $1 billion worth of gold faster and cheaper.
On a 747.
No, with a token. I can transfer the ownership. You don't have to.
And I have to trust you issuing the token?
I'd rather.
Thank you, no. Thank you, fucking no. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you.
I'd rather trust a reputable custodian with something than to trust the collective delusions of a bunch of people that nothing is something. All you're trusting is that the people that own Bitcoin don't wake up and realize they got nothing.
I just want to.
There we go. Hey.
I just want to point out that the reason that Peter's wearing a green tie rather than a gold tie is he knows the dollar's not dead yet.
That they've got something that is nothing. They know that they've got the most secure, sound form of money in the world, and they know that the stock-to-flow ratio is much higher than gold and going down every 4 years. And ultimately, Bitcoin is going to demonetize gold in the same way that gold demonetized silver.
Well, then, if that's the case, why has Bitcoin lost a third of its value priced in gold since its peak? In fact, Bitcoin is worth less in terms of gold now than it was 4 years ago, despite all this so-called adoption.
If you take
the Bitcoin president, all the Bitcoin ETFs, all the Bitcoin strategy companies, Bitcoin has lost a third of its value relative to a rock.
Yeah, so
a metal.
I thought it was a metal. If you take a look at that chart, and the chart was in my presentation yesterday, the chart's the number of ounces of gold, then it's going to 100, then it's going to 120. I mean, Bitcoin's going to demonetize gold. It's just that simple. It's a better form of money.
No, it's not. It's not any form of money.
All right. So I'm going to rest it back here for a second. So, Brent, here's fisticuffs. I was back at the airport in New Orleans, flying back home, and I was there in the baggage check line, and I was standing next to this really delightful older couple. And we got to chatting, and as they were moving their bag to check it in, the bag fell over, and some of the presents they had brought with them spilled out. And I was helping them put the gifts back in the bag, and as I looked in the bag, I realized this bag was like infinitely deep. It had infinite gifts in it. And as I looked at the couple, and kind of clicked, the guy had a long white beard, kind of a big belly, and I said, "Are you Santa Claus?" And he said, yeah, I am. My wife and I like to come down and have a little bit of fun here, blow off some steam before things get real busy at the pool, during December. But, do me a solid, please. Don't let anybody else know. We're trying to keep it on the down low. And he said, if you do, I'll grant you a Christmas wish, any wish you want. So I said, well, I just came from this Future of Money panel. It was kind of crazy. But it would be really interesting if silver hit a record price in 2025, and then we could talk about that. And he said, oh, man, buddy, I can't do that for you. I'm sorry. That's kind of like right at the edge of my abilities. And to be honest, we have so much silver in our electronics and our sleigh bells and our tinsel. It would almost bankrupt me to do this. Just please, ask me for anything else. And I said, okay, well, the panel's got some guys who are pretty passionate and kind of get, pretty wild sometimes, going after each other. I've got Peter Schiff and Larry Lapard on there, and he said, oh, I know those guys. I'm not going to tell you what list they're on, but I know those guys. And he said, well, what do you want me to do? And I said, well, look, if you could just encourage them to give concise answers and be respectful of one another, man, that would be great. And he scratched his chin and he thought for a second, and he said, nah. How about $54 spot? Would that work for you?
That's a good line. That's a great intro.